Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask, Heidi. It's a weekend, so let's do the whole doggone thing. Saturday, September 21st is National Pecan Cookie Day or Pecan Cookie Day.
Love pecans.
However you say it. Escapology Day today, so I think that's like the art of escaping things.
Okay.
International Day of Peace, Miniature Golf Day, National Garage Condo Day. That makes a lot more sense. Opioid Awareness Day, World Alzheimer's Day, World Gratitude Day. There's a whole lot. Big Whopper Liar Day, Boys and Girls Club Day. A lot of things on here. Let's see what else. National Singles Day. We'll end with that. You can see the entire list if you want. Sunday, the 22nd, American Business Women's Day. Good day to you, Heidi.
Why, thank you.
National Ice Cream Cone Day, International Day of Radiant Peace, National Legwear Day, National Girls Night In Day, and World Car Free Day. And don't I feel silly? I read that wrong last year. It was World Free Car Day, and everybody gave all their cars away. Oh, that did not happen? Okay, that didn't happen. All of that, and I do have a guest, Kevin Ford. He's the guy that worked at Burger King for 27 years. I'm doing an interview with him today. I'm excited to chat. Anyway, it's a really fun good news story that we're going to learn more about coming up.
Charlie has Parkinson's. Recently, Charlie started wearing a bracelet from VitaTech Healing.
I'm an avid golfer, and I was going to give it up this year. I just deteriorated that much. Now I'm back to golfing, enjoying it, having a good time. I just can't stress enough how good it is.
Click on radiosavings.com to hear more of Charlie's story and find out how VitaTech Healing is helping others with ADHD, fibromyalgia, autism, and more. Plus, find radio-only savings by clicking the link at radiosavings.com. That's radiosavings.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. Researchers have found that frequent cell phone use may lead to higher chances of developing cardiovascular disease, including heart attacks and strokes. That's not good. University of Toronto team analyzed health data from over 440,000 people. It showed those who use their phone for an hour or more per week have a 10% higher risk of developing cardiovascular disease. Before you panic, toss your phone or any of that kind of thing. Note this study does not prove the phone is used to cause those problems. It's just saying the people who use their phone more tend to have this happen more.
Okay.
They might just be busier. They say it's a complex relationship between our phone habits and our lifestyle factors and heart health. But I think a lot of that is...
you're sitting around using your phone all the time.
Well,
and you're not exercising and moving.
It could be some of that. And also it could just be like people who are, that are at a high risk of this, or also people who are doing things that are more dangerous, or, I'm sure there's a lot more to it than just that. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
If you want a better credit card, it can be easy and not so hard. BetterCreditCards.com. Earn more points and get more perks. Get what you're looking for in a card that works. BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com.
That's BetterCreditCards.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by Genesis Gold, IRA.com. Heidi, did you know it's becoming more common than ever, according to Open Table, to go solo dining, like having dinner by yourself? So
That's
29%.
something that I would never do, just because I feel so bad for people when I see them eating all alone.
I've gone to eat by myself because there are times that you don't want to go with me.
And I wouldn't want anybody to feel that way
it's
for
up
me.
29% over the last few years. Survey revealed that 60% of us have dined alone in a restaurant at least once in the last year. So if that's you, that's you. It's nothing to be ashamed of. We don't know everything, but now we know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by radiosavings.com. Beetlejuice is holding its own in second weekend numbers that we have here, but now it's into the third weekend. And it had a $52 million second weekend, $111 million first weekend.
Nice.
So they did very, very, very well. The animated Barney reboot is going to premiere October the 4th. On Max.
They're bringing back Barney?
Yeah, an animated version of Barney.
Wow.
I love you, you
Okay.
love me. So that iconic purple dinosaur is returning to TV October 14th. And it is official. Netflix has confirmed Yaron Ha will join season 4 of Bridgerton. So Heidi is now going to be taking some time off to get all caught up. Make sure you've never watched a single episode?
I have not.
So when I said the name, Heidi just kind of shrugged her shoulders like, I don't know who that is. So guess what? I don't either. Haven't watched the program. Not that it's bad. I just don't have enough time to do all the things I need to do. Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by RadioSavings.com.
Charlie has Parkinson's. He started wearing a bracelet from Vitatech Healing, and he's noticed a difference even while sleeping.
Once I got in bed, I couldn't roll over. I couldn't move. I was just whatever position I was in, just a chore to get out of bed. And now everything is so much better.
Click on RadioSavings.com to hear more of Charlie's story and find out how Vitatech Healing is helping others with ADHD, fibromyalgia, autism, and more. Plus, find radio-only savings by clicking the link at RadioSavings.com. That's RadioSavings.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. Study found that 20% of us say that we would fail a written driving test if we had to take one today. I think I would pass.
I think I'd pass.
Pretty sure I'd pass a written test. The driving test I'd never pass. But I'm just kidding. I'm pretty sure I'd pass that too. I'd be like, buckle up, we're going for a spin. And news recently surfaced that Campbell's Soup Company plans to change their name to just the Campbell's Company. So they're not changing it completely.
Okay. See, I was like, what a huge mistake. But it's because
they also own things like Prego and Goldfish and all of that. And those things were all owned by Campbell's Soup. And that's where they're like, well, can we just be Campbell's? Now, this is not a new thing. There are a lot of people out there, when this hit the internet, people were going, oh, this is going to be horrible. I think most of those people thought, like Heidi, that they were changing it to something different. I thought they were changing their name.
I was like, what a huge mistake.
But they're going to retain their common, their iconic name. The look and everything is going to look the same.
Well, that's smart.
It's just going to be the Campbell's Co. instead of the Campbell Soup Co.
Yeah, okay.
So Campbell Soup Company, taking out the word soup.
I get
so
that.
Who else has done this type of thing? Well, I don't know if you ever heard of a company called Dunkin'. They used to be Dunkin' Donuts until 2019 when they chopped off the donuts part of their signs, and they just said now it's just Dunkin'. Because, they do a lot more than just donuts. Krispy Kreme Donuts changed their name to just Krispy Kreme. I don't know what year that was. It says on here. Domino's Pizza took the word pizza out of their logo and their name in 2012. I can't believe it was that long ago. It seems like that was just a couple years ago. And I don't know if you've heard of this company, KFC. Do you know that stands for Kentucky Fried Chicken? But now they're just KFC. That's not what their name is anymore. It's just KFC. That's it. There's no fried, no chicken, no Kentucky, just KFC. And in 1971, a company that opened was called Starbucks Coffee, Tea, and Spices. In 1987, they changed it to Starbucks Coffee, and now they're going by Starbucks Coffee Company. So it's not the first company to make a name change, is what I'm trying to say. Scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com.
Can your IRA or 401k stand up to the next financial crisis? By allocating a percentage of your retirement into physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover, you can diversify and safeguard your holdings from turbulent markets and economic downturns. Safeguard your assets with a tax-free rollover with a Genesis Gold IRA, the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Protect your retirement today with a simple phone call and receive your free gold and silver guide. Call 1-800-200-GOLD or visit genesisgoldira.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show this weekend. I'm excited to visit with Kevin Ford. We talked about him in the good news at the end of a program maybe a month or two ago. He worked at Burger King for 27 years, and he never missed a day of work. And Burger King gave him a gift for that 27 years of service. It was posted on the internet, and the internet thought, I think we can do better. A GoFundMe was set up, and that GoFundMe went absolutely crazy, didn't it, Kevin?
Yeah, that Kevin 27 years. BK GoFundMe blew up, and it continues. It's an absolute miracle is what it is.
And this is not something that you were out looking for. This is something the internet just kind of blessed you with, and you're doing something really nice with the funds that have been rolling in. Let's talk about what you're doing now, Kevin.
Aside from paying off all my debts and paying off cars and buying a house in Pahrump, now I bought a brand new food truck. K27Y, which is after Kevin 27 years to GoFundMe and the 27 years I worked without missing a day. And I want to learn my craft, and because I've never owned a business or anything like this, but I want to be the best at it, and I want to make some traditional American foods and maybe do some Filipino fusion after my fiance and serve my community and give back a little bit of the miracle that the people continue every day to give me.
Now, for folks who don't know what we're talking about, back in 2022, at that time, Kevin Ford had worked with Burger King for 27 years, never missed a day, and Burger King decided we are going to give him a nice little goodie bag as a way to say thank you, and that was posted on the internet, and I honestly thought you seemed pretty happy about the goodie bag, but the internet saw it and said 27 years of service, and you're giving this guy a goodie bag. So that's when a GoFundMe was set up, and the internet pretty much said, I think you deserve far more than a goodie bag.
Yes, they've changed my life and the lives of my children and grandchildren forever. They tell us to do thank you videos for recruitment purposes, and that's all I was doing. I was doing COVID, so I had a mask on, and I was just cataloging and thanking them for everything they gave me. But I guess people didn't think it was enough, and they wanted to tip me. So they didn't know who I was. So my daughter was like, "That's my dad." Once she proved that I was her dad, she said, "Well, they said start a GoFundMe so we could, the world can tip him, And she said, "Yeah, maybe we can get $200 so he can fly out and see his grandkids." And
isn't that funny? The goal was a couple $100. It turned into over $400,000. That changed your life. That's amazing.
Yeah, it changed my life and the lives of my children forever. I've been able to put money away for my retirement and for them. Give a big chunk to my daughter who did that for me. Buy a house here in Pahrump, like an hour out of Vegas. Now I'm a business owner, and hopefully soon when I get it, pass all these health codes and get through all this red tape and stuff, and get it open, maybe I can. I want to learn my craft and be the best food truck out here and give back a little bit of what the world has given to me.
I love that. So will your food truck be in Pahrump, Nevada, or will it be in Las Vegas, Nevada?
It's in Pahrump right now, and it's only a couple 100,000 people here in Pahrump. It's a smaller city. It's about an hour out of Vegas. So I want to learn here because I've never done any of this. So once I learn the craft and get it down real good, I'll move back to Vegas. Then I'll start food truck out there, but I need to learn out here.
Well, we're going to follow you online, and next time I make it to Vegas, I hope that you're all up and running. I'd like to stop by and grab some food and say hello and shake your hand. And thanks for taking the time to chat today.
Well, I can't wait to meet you, John, and I can't wait to meet everybody. I love you, and I thank everybody for what you've done for me. It's an absolute wonderful, beautiful miracle. Thank you. Thank you for having me on.
Absolutely. Again, I'm so excited that we had a chance to visit with him today. Kevin Ford. And again, he hit the news in 2022. Burger King, he worked there for 27 years, never missed a day of work, and they gave him a little goodie bag. And it wasn't that he was complaining. He was fine with that, but it hit the internet, and people were like, seriously? That's it? So they went above and beyond, and like he said, they changed his life. I've got a link to the story and all the information in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Charlie has Parkinson's. Recently, Charlie started wearing a bracelet from VitaTech Healing.
I'm an avid golfer, and I was going to give it up this year. I just deteriorated that much. Now I'm back to golfing, enjoying it, having a good time. I just can't stress enough how good it is.
Click on radiosavings.com to hear more of Charlie's story and find out how VitaTech Healing is helping others with ADHD, fibromyalgia, autism, and more. Plus, find radio-only savings by clicking the link at radiosavings.com. That's radiosavings.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
With enough training, an elephant can throw a baseball faster than a man can.
Holy cow.
How crazy is that? I'm assuming they're using their trunk. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Depending on the material, the average piece of clothing takes about 40 years to fully break down.
Okay.
Although I make it through my underwear drawer much quicker than that.
You do a little quicker than that.
So, fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The average adult spends more time on the toilet than they do exercising.
Yeah, that's true.
That's kind of sad. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
If you have a metal filling in your teeth, Chewing
Yes.
aluminum foil could generate 2 volts of electric current.
Oh,
I don't expect
crazy.
you to do that because I wouldn't want to.
No,
does that make your mouth hurt thinking of
It
that?
kind of does, yes.
I was like, oh, my teeth hurt, and I don't even have those fillings. And our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
If you fail your driving test in Switzerland more than 3 times, you must pass a psychological exam before you can take it the 4th time. They're like, you might quite possibly be crazy. Several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
If you want a better credit card, it can be easy and not so hard. BetterCreditCards.com. Earn more points and get more perks. Get what you're looking for in a card that works. BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com.
That's bettercreditcards.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. It comes your way courtesy of mintervention.com. Question, Heidi. 1 in 10 of us would rather lose this than our cell phone. What is it? We don't even get this, so.
Oh, I don't know.
Vacation days.
Oh.
Yeah, we don't get no vacation days.
Yeah, that's
Even
funny.
when we're on vacation, we're still working. Hee-ho, ho-hum. I don't know what the right words are. What does Eeyore say? Oh, bother. That's
Oh,
what it
bother.
is.
There you go. Yeah, I never
Mint
watched that.
Mobile
either.
question of the day comes your way courtesy of mintervention.com.
Charlie has Parkinson's. He started wearing a bracelet from Vitatech Healing, and he's noticed a difference even while sleeping.
Once I got in bed, I couldn't roll over. I couldn't move. I was just whatever position I was in, just a chore to get out of bed. And now everything is so much better.
Click on radiosavings.com to hear more of Charlie's story and find out how Vitatech Healing is helping others with ADHD, fibromyalgia, autism, and more. Plus, find radio-only savings by clicking the link at radiosavings.com. That's radiosavings.com.
Now some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Police are looking for a man whose pants caught fire in an alleged arson attempt.
Yikes.
So what went wrong? Well, he apparently was lying. Pants on. Okay. Richmond, British Columbia police shared a photo of 2 men, one on the ground with a pained expression
I bet.
as he was reaching for his blazing pants, while the other apparently tried to put out the flames. Police responded to an alarm at a business, finding a broken window and a small fire in the front. Surveillance video showed 2 men wearing masks who approached the business, and one of the suspects' pants were literally on fire.
Holy cow.
The pants continued to burn despite the suspect's efforts to put out the flames. So,
That's what you get. That's called karma.
yeah, liar, liar, pants on fire. So apparently arson also leads to pants on fire. Weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. You know what we missed last week, a little over a week ago now? It was Friday the 13th. We didn't really talk much about that.
We didn't. It's my lucky day.
And there's another Friday the 13th coming up in December, by the way. So we've got another one coming soon. But on that day, I saw this online, and I was gonna share it, and I forgot to. But it's strange things that are considered bad luck in some places. So wishing someone happy birthday before their birthday is unlucky in Germany.
Oh.
So you can't say that. Changing your bed on a Friday apparently is unlucky in some places. You're supposed to wait until a different day. You can't change your bed on Fridays.
Okay.
I don't know why. Carrying bananas on a ship. In the 1700s, there were a bunch of shipwrecked. There were places where like ships were what do you call it? Sunk, gone.
Okay.
And they had bananas. So they're like, okay, apparently bananas are
They're
what's
unlucky.
causing it. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Another one, renaming a boat goes back to ancient times. So if you name it something dumb, you're stuck with it. Because if you rename it, then it's a bad luck, apparently. Mixing beers. So if you have one kind of beer and then you drink a different kind of beer, they're like, that's a horrible thing to do. And Tuesday the 13th. While most cultures have Friday the 13th as bad news bears, in Spain, 13th is unlucky if it lands on a Tuesday. So I don't know why that is, but all of those, again, I got it, back on Friday the 13th, and then I didn't read it that day, and I thought, I'm still going to read it somewhere, so you got it. The list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
Can your IRA or 401k stand up to the next financial crisis? By allocating a percentage of your retirement into physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover, you can diversify and safeguard your holdings from turbulent markets and economic downturns. Safeguard your assets with a tax-free rollover with a Genesis Gold IRA, the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Protect your retirement today with a simple phone call and receive your free gold and silver guide. Call 1-800-200-GOLD or visit genesisgoldira.com.
Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way courtesy of radiosavings.com. I've got another anonymous quote for you here, Heidi. It says, always give 100%, except when you're donating blood.
Yes, that would be very bad.
If you gave 100% doing that, you are not walking out of there. That's not going to work really well. And I've always heard, you always have to start at your bottom and work your way to the top unless you're digging a hole.
Yeah.
You guys start at the top and work your way.
That's right.
I don't know who said that. Probably anonymous as well. Quote of the day comes your way courtesy of radiosavings.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I got not one but two good news stories coming your way today, courtesy of GenesisGoldIRA.com. You've heard this story by now, I'm sure. It's definitely good news, though. Police in Nashville praise singer John Bon Jovi for helping prevent a tragedy by talking to a woman who's on the edge of a bridge. He and his team were there at this bridge as a woman was getting ready to jump. Security video shows John Bon Jovi and other crew members there to record a video, by the way. They slowly approach her. That's why they had the video equipment, because there are people like, oh, this is a setup. Why would they have been recording this? They were there to film a music video. So that's why. Anyway, leaned over and he spoke with the woman. His colleague stepped behind her and begins to touch her shoulder. The potential disaster concludes with the young woman turning around and hugging John Bon Jovi before he helped her back over the edge.
Wow, that is so cool.
A few minutes later, she is seen leaving the bridge with the rock star. The event took place September 10th, which, by the way, was Suicide Prevention Day. Oh, wow. How amazing is it that happened on that day?
I'm just glad it wasn't David Lee Roth.
Yeah, his big song is "Jump." Like, don't jump.
Might as well jump.
Our second story is also about a famous person who's wealthy. A guy by the name of Charles Barkley, NBA Hall of Famer. Well, he donated his first installment of the $1 million that he promised to an academy in New Orleans, thanks to two groundbreaking young mathematicians. He made his first $100,000 contribution to St. Mary's Academy. It's a private school where, I don't know the young ladies' names, Kalka Johnson and Nakia Jackson. I apologize if I said them wrong. They cracked a centuries-old mathematical equation, and they were featured on 60 Minutes. They solved the Pythagorean theorem, an equation that has stumped mathematicians for about 2,000 years. These two kids go, oh, hey, we figured it out. Segment piqued the interest of Barkley, who decided to take and make a $1 million grant to help this institution continue to hone the talents of students like Jackson and Johnson. How amazing is that?
Fantastic.
And the thing is, if you are financially set and you're doing well and you see people out there that you could help in a way like this, where this could help set up generations of kids to have an education to be able to go on and do good things. So kudos to you, Mr. Barkley. I think he was a football player. I'm just kidding. I know he was a basketball player. We're not sports people, but I'm not that dumb. I know what's going on. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.